Welcome to Good Money Guide TV. Today we're going to be reviewing forex.com. Now we're in the City of London. It's a beautiful day. We're outside the Bank of England, very influential on the forex market, and we're going to look at what forex does, who they do it for, a few of the features, and just take you through 24 hours in the day of a forex.com trader. But first things first, lunch. What we'll do actually is, whilst we're walking to lunch, forex.com have got these really cool signals called smart signals, which show you where potential trades may be within the forex market. So we've got about 7 minutes left on the walk. We'll use that time to put some trades on. We'll put the entry orders in. We'll have some stops and limits running. Now, I've been using these signals one way or another since 2018. I first tried them out when they were packaged together at get-go. If you're interested in facts about that, you can read my original review. It's still on the Good Money Guide, but now they're fully integrated into the forex.com trading platform as smart signals, so you can execute them directly from the signal page. In fact, if you want to know more about the signals and how they're created and developed and so on, you can watch a separate video I did with one of the team who was involved in the product development at forex.com's office last year when I went to see them. Now, I'm not going to put a huge amount of effort into choosing which ones to follow. I'm going to let the signals do the hard work because I'm on the street. And even though the majority of volume goes through on mobile these days, I think if you're a serious trader, you still need to be sat at a computer reading the news to take a view. You can't really get a feel for how one market is relative to another on a tiny screen. And as ridiculous as people look when they show off their 4-screen setups on social media, you do actually need them. You know, when I was a forex broker, I think I had 6 screens because there are so many things you need to take into an account when trading forex. And it's not just technical analysis. Although, if you are day trading, that obviously plays a huge part in trying to time the market. But if you are on the move and you've got the itch to trade, one of the good things about smart signals is that they publish a track record of their success rate. So let's look at the signals that have an historic success rate of over 50% and follow them. Then let's look at the trading signals that have a success rate of less than 50% and trade against them. It's a pretty simple strategy that generally works, although not always, and I think it's very important to stress that, you know, forex is very high risk. We're going to use the classic stop limit risk-reward ratio of aiming for twice the profit potential as our potential loss. Again, very simple forex trading strategies. The market's not hard to call, but if you get the market right, it often pays to let it run for longer, and when you're wrong, close it off sooner. Oh, you've got the wine already. Well done. Good lunch. Let's check on the trading signal, see how we're getting on, put a few more in before we get off to our next meeting. Right, we've had a signal triggered, sterling CAD. Now we're only up 63 quid. We're just above 10 grand, which isn't great because I had to buy lunch because unfortunately I forgot about a meeting we had last week. So I said I'd buy our next lunch as by way of a recompense. One other thing I actually quickly want to show you is quite a nice feature. That little button in the bottom right hand corner there, when you've got an order ticket open, you tap that and it brings up the charts. So if you want to double check where the market is on a trade, just hit that. It gives you a good visualization of where the market you're about to trade is. We're halfway to our next meeting. We're just going to do a bit of filming in the studio. We've got half an hour to kill, so we're going to take a look at forex.com's other trading signal provider. They partnered with Trading Central, who produce analyst views on what they think may happen to the forex market. So we're going to take a look at a few of those signals, put some trades on, see what happens. Okay, so we are on London Bridge. Let's have a little look. We're doing a bit better here. Up 80 quid, still not going to pay for lunch. So as I said, we're going to have a look at Trading Central. These are their analyst views. These are sort of constantly updated throughout the day, and it basically gives you a little indication of whether or not they think something is going to go up or down. Here they're looking at dollar Swiss. It's sort of fairly basic technical analysis just based on support and resistance, but if you sort of flick through the pairs, it does give you some stimulus on what may or may not be a good trading idea. They think, for example, their dollar Swiss is a buy today, but let's have a look, see if we can find it on the app. If I don't sort of fat finger too much the currency pair, we should find it. There we go, relatively easy. There we go, it's dipped down fairly dramatically. we actually, I think, already have a position in this. Let's just have a quick look at our open positions. Where are they? Well, I mean, they think it's going to go up, so I think we'll just forget about that one for now. We've got our stop above the market, so I think we are quite happy with that. Here's cable. Now, cable they think is going to be a buy. Hang on, I'm just fat fingering, trying to get into the position here. Cable, obviously sterling dollar. Called cable because of the cable that used to run under the Atlantic. Trading Central, they got a long view on here, so do you know what? It's looking fairly bullish. We'll have a little punt. Buy British, as they say. We are trading in London, so we'll have a little punt. We'll buy 100,000 of those. That's about 3,000 in margin requirements. We have to put our own stops and limits in here, so it's not quite as easy to use as smart signals, where the stops and limits are put in for you. You have to add those in manually. Oh look, we're doing a little bit better now, up 124 quid. Let's have a quick see what else Trading Central is offering. Again, you know, you do get a new trading idea pretty much constantly throughout the day. But as I said, with all trading ideas, you've got to take them as a pinch of salt. You know, these are just being churned out on technical analysis, which, you know, there's a lot of rainmaking around technical analysis. I don't want to be too rude about technical analysis, because I think there's a lot in it. I think there's a lot in trying to time the market, but I do think you really need to look at the market as a whole if you're considering just trading off technical analysis. If you think you can just eyeball the market and go, oh look, that's a wedge pattern, or you've seen some silly videos on social media, you absolutely don't. You absolutely don't stand a chance. One of the good things as well about this is you can, you know, change the charting timescale. Let's not put £1 million worth of that on. That's a bit too big for us. Let's scale it down. I know we've had a glass of wine with lunch, but let's at least be reasonable here. Let's turn it down a little more. 20, that's quite a small punt, but just for the purposes of getting positions on, let's put them on. And just to demonstrate here, you can, instead of putting your stop and limit in as a pip, you can put it in as a monetary value. So if you want to try and make 500 by risking 250, as I said earlier, sort of fairly standard forex trading strategy. Here we go, and you can see our limits on the chart there. Let's have a quick look at sterling CAD. There we go. It's on the way up, so it might do quite nicely there. What else we got running? There we go, profitable on all our positions now. Should just shut everything down and give up, but we got quite a few more hours to go on the tests, so we'll take it from here. Again, we're looking for a profit of 500, and we're going to risk 250 on that dollar yen trade. Rather. There we go. We're up nearly 200 quid on the day. Happy day. So let's keep an eye on that cable trade. Okay, trade's on to the next two. Just quickly stop off in Borough Market here to get something for supper. I have a hunch that something very exciting is going to be happening in the pork belly market this morning. So let's pop in there, get some. Obviously you can't trade pork bellies with forex.com. They're not a commodities broker, they are a forex broker. But for the purposes of a joke, I thought we would include that. All our positions are locked, stocked and 2 smoking barreled. Okay, quick update on our positions. That's approaching its start. Oh no, we're not doing too well. We're back down to nearly 10,000. We've been wiped out. Swings and roundabouts of the forex trading world. Welcome to the GTC. Right, pop into Leadenhall Market for a quick pint with my mate Nick in the Lamb, see if he's got any currency trade suggestions. Do you know what? I love the Lamb, been drinking there for about 20 years or so. We actually held our 2019 awards in the banquet room above the Lamb. Good traditional English stockbroker pub.
Nick, what's your trade preference? If we're trading one FX pair today, what are we doing?
Buying cable. God bless the British pound.
Do you know what, actually, as luck would have it, we shouldn't really overtrade, and in fact we don't have enough margin to put on another trade because, of course, you know, gone are the days of 500 to 1 leverage. Nowadays 30 to 1 is the best you can get with a UK regulated broker. Time to get a new shirt, actually. I've always wanted one of those shirts, you know, with the white collars, you know, like a blue shirt but with a white collar. A few of the boys on the IPE floor wore them. I always thought they looked very good. Quick check, crikey, we are doing well at the moment. Nearly 500 quid up, nearly paid for lunch and the shirt. Okay, well, we've just seen our venue for the trading comp. That's it for the day. We're going to check in with our positions, see how we're getting on, close them off before we get on the tube, because my phone is hopeless, get no reception on the tube, or the train, in fact, on the way home. It's pretty easy to close off all of your positions in one go, actually. Couple of clicks and you can select to close off everything in one go and you're flat, so you don't need to worry about closing off positions individually. You can just get on with the rest of your day. We've had a great day in the city, put some really good mobile trades on, had a good dive into the mobile app, saw some of the functionality and had a bit of luck there. So we've got about 20-30 minutes before the children get home, so let's use that time before chaos ensues with family life to have a look at the desktop platform, how the trading signals fit into that. We'll put some trades on, leave them for the rest of the evening and catch up later. Okay, so we're now logged on to the platform. It's a fairly basic interface that they've got here initially for FX and indices, but they are broken down into all markets, the major markets, crosses and so on, but we're not really interested in that. We're just going to take a look at the smart signals to see what we think we should be trading. Let's have a look at market analysis. So here we go. Sterling Swiss, 30% win rate. It's almost doesn't matter what the actual signal's going to do, because if it's got a 3 out of 10 win rate, we're almost definitely going to go against it. So why don't we just sell that and inverse those stops and limits and just see what happens later. We'll keep an eye on that one. Cable, we like cable. They want to buy it. Being patriots, we'll go along with that. See what happens there a little bit later. And what else have we got? Euro, Aussie dollar. There we go. Aussie yen. That is slightly in our favour, so we'll go along with that as well. See what happens. All right, we'll check in with those in a bit. But the other signals they have, which are quite interesting, which we looked at earlier, are Trading Central. Now, the ones we looked at on mobile were these just sort of intraday analyst snippets where they would tell us what they think is going to happen in the market. But they've also got this Trading Central buzz, which sort of highlights sort of sentiment and analysis around the market. So here, for example, let's take a look at euro dollar. What do they think is going to happen? Price may fall. Mentions, quite a bit of mentions, but all this is largely irrelevant. You have to make your own decisions when it comes to the market, and particularly with foreign exchange, if you're not taking a long-term view. Where's euro dollar? Why is it not? Particularly when you're not taking a long-term view, the only thing to really do is eyeball a chart and see what you think is going to happen. I mean, I am by no means an expert technical analyst, but I would say that is looking a little bit toppy. So let's just sell that. We'll put a stop in a minute when let's just go a little bit further out. Is that looking toppy? I'm not sure it is, actually. No, I think that's going to come back down. Let's put a stop in at 108,300. Let's just amend that. There we go. Nice and easy. And what was the other one that they Euro CAD, I think, was the other one. That's well worth a look. There we go, second most talked about pair as well. Prices may fall again, lots of sentiment around that. Let's take a look. Dollar CAD. This market 360 view is quite good, actually. The individual charts and other things aren't that great, but this gives quite a good overview. That's the daily chart. I mean, I think it's potentially going to break through that support it's touched there quite a few times. Again, you know, technical analysis, there is a sort of certain amount of rain dancing in it, in that either one or two things are going to happen. It's either going to go up or down. So let's just figure out where we're going to put our stop. 136,500. Let's sell that. Stop. 36,500. There we go. I mean, I think that could potentially drop through. I mean, I could be wrong, quite often am. But let's just leave those trades there for a little bit. We'll check in later, see how they're getting on. Burn the bloody pork belly. Quick check on the trades whilst we're watching Love Island. Nearly time for bed, but we shall. I'm just going to demonstrate actually one of the quite cool features. Some brokers have this, some don't actually, but you can close off all of your trades with the click of a button. So if you're a day trader and you like to be flat overnight, you don't want the hassle of having to worry about your positions whilst you're asleep. Couple of clicks, you are flat for the day. Right, so bear with me a little bit here. It is now, it's 10 o'clock the next morning. We've been flat overnight. Me personally, I don't really like having overnight positions. It doesn't really help me sleep that well. But one feature I wanted to bring to your attention before we delve into forex.com's proprietary platform, we're actually going to be having a chat with James Brophy, who's the head of product and platform development in a minute. He's going to tell us about some of the features that you might not know about. But I just wanted to quickly show you TradingView, because if you don't know, TradingView is used by everybody in the world. It's the most popular financial website, or one of the most popular financial websites in the world. And the great thing about it is you can link through to all of your brokers. I'm not quite sure why Alex here is Alex Hanold is sponsoring TradingView. It seems like quite against his ethos. However, having said that, he is a free climber, and if you haven't seen the Netflix show, it is amazing. And free climbing, of course, is a bit like trading without stops, so just one to be wary with. So let's have a look for, is a forex broker. We've always liked trading sterling, so let's go for, let's look at cable. Let's take the forex.com feed. As I say, look, I mean, TradingView have got great charts. They always have done, and in fact, the forex.com platform uses them. But if, like everybody else, you find TradingView charts just so good, you can actually trade and execute through the platform. You just have to find your broker, hit connect. It's actually not that hard to connect. There you go. You can you can connect, and you can see, you know, our account balance, what orders we've got running, account summary, and notifications log. Of what's going on. But what is really quite cool about TradingView is the social trading element to it. You've got this sort of idea feed down the side. So let's have a look. If any, hi guys, anyone got any GBP USD views today? So as with all trading, it's about stimulus rather than absolutes. Everybody views the market differently. Opinion is what makes a market. So we'll see if anybody has any views about buying or selling sterling, and then we'll just go with what they say. I mean, personally, if I'm looking at this chart, let's have a look. Personally, if I'm looking at this chart, it looks a little bit toppy. There's a bit of resistance there, bit of resistance there. If I was a seller, you know, if I was trading, I would say that is looking toppy. Let's have a look at Smart Signals, see if they got anything for cable today. Nothing. Let's take a look at the market analysis. We had a look at these yesterday, so we're not really going to trade off them. We'll rather see if anybody comes back with an idea from TradingView. Unless there's anything about cable here. Oh, there we go, cable. 823, they think it's bullish. long positions above 123, 125.15. Where's the market now? It's above it. In the absence of any better ideas, I mean, that was 2 hours old, so in the absence of any better ideas... Hello? Anyone there? I'll tell you what, let's just copy and paste that and see what anyone says. I'm thinking about long position. Let's just say nowish because it's passed through that. Nowish. There we go. If no one comes back with that, I'm just going to put the trade on because I just want to demo how you can trade through TradingView. I'm not going to go into all the technical analysis features of TradingView because it is completely epic. You can explore that yourself. This is really just to demonstrate the functionality of forex.com. It's very quiet. When was the last time somebody said something? 7 minutes ago. What was he talking about? Alright. Let's just put that trade on, shall we? So where we go? I mean, one of the things that I would really actually like forex.com to do would be to integrate these into a dealing ticket like they do with the smart signals, where if you just sort of see a trade, let's have a look at Euro Sterling here. What is quite good, you know, I've demoed this earlier, but you know, you just click place order and then the order goes. And then the order goes in. I actually disagree with what they think there because it's a 20% 20% hit rate. So let's just change that to 15 and that to 40. And then as we put the trade on in forex.com, it should filter through to our TradingView account. There you go. There's the order. So there's our 3 orders, or rather there's our entry order with the corresponding stop and loss. There you go, we're aiming to sell when the market goes a little bit further south. Where is it? We're going 85.76, and where is it now? 85.81.2. So it's not quite there yet. And what actually, just whilst we're on TradingView, one of the great things is you can move the move orders with the charts. Let's just zoom in a little bit because we don't want to. So where's our entry? So that's our entry stop if it dips a little lower. But if we want to move our stop loss if the market comes back up, you can just sort of drag and drop. So say we want to move it up here at these resistance levels. You can do just with the click of a mouse, and then you just modify. And then let's just wait for it to update. Come on, Shlomo. Don't know what to think of you. Oh, look, a little comment there. I've just shorted USD. I think it's going lower. Do you know what? That probably actually hasn't gone through because that's eating up quite a lot of our margin. So if we just bring it down to that resistance level, might not be enough free margin to put that position in. No, sorry, no, I meant EUR/GBP. Dyslexia again. This is why I was such a terrible dealer. I always used to get currency pairs wrong, and I used to buy instead of sell. I always used to put extra digits in. I was really a terrible derivatives broker. So there we go. That's edited. So that is actually that's quite a significant stop there. So that means we'll lose 2,000 on it. We don't really want to do that. We really want our stops to be about half the value of our limits. So let's put that a little bit lower. And then you can see, if we look in our positions, you can see our working entry order in the positions tab. But what I'll do is I'll just go back into TradingView and put on a new position so you can see the live order drop down. All right, never mind. Yeah, trading signals, they're also hit and miss. So let's see if that. Let's just do it at market. I mean, we're not really trading in massive size, and it's a bit irritating when you trade and you don't get filled, particularly if you're just sort of demoing it. So there are orders. That's our position. You can see we're short the short cable there. That should show up in our forex.com account. Let's open it here. So let's amend that order. We're going to put a stop in around about 126,500. So let's go stop loss. There we go. And there we go. We've locked in a bit of a position there. So there you go. Forex.com and TradingView, nicely integrated with each other. Really depends on what you like. I'm not quite sure what this guy's going on about euro dollar here, but nobody seems to have responded to my request for. Oh, hang on. Was that 124.93 target? Why not? See, he agrees with me. 124.93 target. I'll tell you what. Let's agree with him. Let's agree with him. Let's put that in as a potential take profit limit. There we go. Let's amend that. Take profit. Get me out the way. There we go. I mean, that's really sort of backwards how we do things, looking to make 500 quid on a position with a stop double the amount away. So let's just change that, because this is, after all, only a review, and we don't really. Do you know what? It's still on a bit of a resistance level. That's fine. All right, there you go. Little look at forex.com's TradingView offering before we have a chat with their head of product. We're going to find out some really cool stuff about what they offer, and then I will get back to you demonstrating some of that. And then after that, we've got to go to the UK Investor Show, which City Index is sponsoring, who are incidentally also owned by StoneX, the US behemoth broker. If you want to know more about them, actually, I did go into City Index's office and interviewed them, had a chat to some of their product people, and there's a little bit more colour about them as a business. But for now, we're going to go and have a chat with the head of product, and then we're going to nip into London, go to the UK Investor Show. We'll probably keep an eye on the market, demonstrate a bit more mobile functionality when we're on the train or something like that. Right, we've had a chat with James. It's always nice to talk directly to the people who build these platforms, because they can highlight some features that you may not already know about that can make a real difference to your trading. Three of the features that James highlighted were one-click trading from the charts, link mode in their advanced order ticket functionality. I'll just show you a quick demo of those now. So first off, when you've turned on one-click trading, being able to trade from the charts is a lot quicker and easier. We've covered some of this earlier, but you're also able to drag and drop your stops and limits just very easily, and you don't need to do any confirms when one clicks on. You can see in the bottom right that it's letting me know that an order has been updated. It's not just helpful for single click trading in terms of getting in and out positions, but actually for modifying your risk management as well. The second thing is link mode. This is another one of those undiscovered features. If you just press one button, the platform will update all of your charts that have been linked together. At the moment, I've only got 2 charts linked, but if you click the link button, which goes blue on all the other charts, whatever time frame or technical analysis you've got overlaid, everything gets switched over when you click on a different asset from your watch list. So it gives you a really holistic market view of what's going on, in this case, dollar yen. And the third thing, and this probably depends on what sort of trader you are, is their advanced order ticket. Now within that, you've got the option to do multi-leg stops and take profits, and set something that they call price tolerance. So you get a lot of control over your execution there. You can choose how much slippage you're willing to accept when entering a trade, from whether you're prepared to accept absolutely no slippage at all, or to it just being a traditional market order. So for example, if I open up the dealing ticket, I can show you under the advanced section here. I'm now able to add a stop loss like normal, but then can put in additional stops as well. So if I've got a quantity of 10, I could close 5 at 10 points, then another 5 at 20 points from the market. And within there's also the OCO function too, where one order cancels another. The multi-leg feature is actually pretty useful, so you can step in and out of positions without just closing out the entire thing. Right, running a little bit behind schedule now. We've got to get to this investor show, but I hope my discussion with James gave you a bit of insight into some of the features you might not know about. Genuinely terrifying riding one of these things. This person behind me is going to get in a bit of a mood in a minute. It keeps on lulling me. Okay, final check on the trades before we close them all off. There we go. 288 quid up. We'll just close them all off as we did last night. You know, it's a really nice feature. You can just switch off really quickly. So there you go, 24 hours trading with forex.com. I hope we've given you a bit of insight into the platform, how it works, what it does, that sort of thing. Fortunately, we gave a little bit back on those last two trades, but that's the nature of the beast. You can't call it right all the time. But another beautiful day in the city of London. There we go, outside Westminster Abbey. Off to the UK Investor Show now. See what else is going on. Thanks for watching.